While the President of the United States, you are definitely looking at a huge week of very successful, well, being a president, let's be blunt. And over here in the United Kingdom, many people are very pleased once again with the way that the President very deftly spoke out about exactly the feelings for the current British Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Sir Keir Starmer. While Sir Keir wanted to secure his place on the world stage about the peace deal, etc., very, very deftly, the President of the United States, President Trump, made sure that that moment didn't happen. Now, what's interesting, as you know, when he came over here last time to Windsor, he pointed out back on Air Force One that we also had a problematic mayor of London. In fact, according to President Trump, he's the worst mayor in the world. And that's now reverberated around the world. So it doesn't matter what the mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, puts out on social media, that will stick. That's the story. That's the plot. You get the picture. But now over in America, there's a bigger problem, this time with a former actress and the president. As ever, let me explain. Morning chums, lovely to see you. Thank you so much as ever for joining me today, and welcome one and all brand new subscribers. Lovely to have your company. The problem that you have, with the mainstream media, and I can say this from working in the mainstream media, is they really have no idea what you and I want to watch. And this you can see with the plethora of things that get cancelled every single day on, the main channels, whether it's be a comedy that you've seen or a new idea, a documentary, they don't know. And the reason being is because they're not with you and I, the public, Most people, commissionaires that I remember dealing with many years ago, would sit in an office and it was their word, you against them. And even if you said this person is very popular, no, they had that power. Now, seemingly the power is slipping away. Or is it? Even if you are the President of the United States, it's a problem. Now, over in America, they have a daily show called The View. It's mainly sort of hosted by the former actress Whoopi Goldberg, right? She came over to here to London recently. Not exactly a sparkling success, but there you go. And what's interesting with Whoopi is she's built a career now being a host on this panel show, being very controversial. Remember the backlash over the bakery that allegedly didn't want to bake her cakes? That fizzled out, remember? And that wasn't true. It all went backlash against Whoopi, of course. But ABC, desperate to keep some ad revenue coming in, well, they're kind of keeping along with what they want, until now. You see, what's happened is the whole sort of media structure has changed dramatically. And recently, they've realized that, in fact, it would be wise to make friends with the highest office in the United States. And the reason being is they decided they wouldn't mind having a debate about President Trump, but this time around friendly. However, the panel don't want to do this. And even when, of course, he secured the peace deal, well, no, they didn't want to give him any credit. And consequently, this is now a battle between the panel and the bosses at ABC Disney. And this is where it gets interesting because, again, the person in the middle of this story has nothing to do with the story. The bosses would like to invite President Trump on and give him quite a good grilling, as they say in the media terms. He'd be quite happy to do this. Why not? He wouldn't mind facing them. He recently called out ABC News, who were disrespectful enough to cut off the Vice President of the United States, J.D. Vance, live on air to cut to an ad break, simply because, whatever reason they may have. This time around, though, the panel is saying if you invite President Trump on, then we're going off. We're going on a mass walkout. Again, I have to say, allegedly. This is what's going on behind the scenes. What's interesting here is whether you like the politics of Trump or not, and should I say President Trump, the bottom line is it's good for business. ABC, Disney know that, but the girls think they're running the show, right? And they believe that if they leave, the audience will go with them. Clearly, they haven't seen what's gone on around the likes, of course, of Jimmy Kimmel and Stephen Colbert. For their big sparking off of, my fans love me, just look at that. Their ratings have plummeted right down. Everybody in the mainstream media world knows that you need big hitters to draw an audience in. Right now, there is no bigger talking point in the world of politics and debate than the President of the United States. The thing is, Whoopi and co. don't believe it. Also, ABC do. Who do you think's going to win? This is a developing story. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.